In this session, we look at part 2B of the online planning template. In our part 2A, we reviewed the online planning template, the tabular form, that captures the details for the units. But in this particular template here, you can notice now that we put a little more detail than you would be able to add in the template that we reviewed in part 2A in this series. So as you can see here, you will have a section where you will say you have already listed and captured your units depending on how many they are and the weeks within which the units run in the other planning template that we looked at in part 2A. So now in these weekly tasks and e-tivities planning template, you'll now be capturing a little more detail. So you'll say week number 1 will run from July 11th, 2019, for example, to July 19th, 2019. So you include that detail of information in the same template. The intended learning outcomes by the end of this unit you should be able to. So you add the intended learning outcomes for that unit there. A purpose, which I explained in part 2A, you will specify there. The preparatory research, which I also explained in part 2A, you would have to type it in clearly here. Now the e-tivities, if you have, say, 3 of them, you'd now be writing up the detail of the e-tivities in this section, in this planning template, the tutor intervention, which I explained in the other template. Then we have the link with other units. This unit links to, say, unit 2 and 4 of the course, the anticipated time required to complete this particular unit, and the deadlines for the unit activities, as you mentioned. So this is the blank detailed template now that we are looking at here in part 2B of the organization course design process. Now, just as an example, I will open a sample template here for one of the courses. So this instructor is planning for unit 3, and the title of unit 3 is Meaning and Value of Work. Why people work. And the intended learning outcomes for this unit 3 is by the end of this unit, you should be able to develop an analytical understanding of what motivates people to work, both in formal and informal settings. You should be able to reflect on your own motivation for work and employment. You should be able to develop the right attitude for work. Now, in the purpose for this unit 3, the instructor says, simply thought about, one will argue that people work to earn a living. However, a deeper analysis of why people work will reveal a variety of reasons which go beyond earning a living. You will be expected to work by society, whether informal or informal sectors. This unit will dig deeper to the purpose, reasons why we work, and understand what work is. So you can see the purpose for the unit is coming out in the explanation here. The unit will thus provide a ground for developing right motivation and attitudes towards work and the labor market. Now, in the preparatory research for this unit here, it says, before you begin on task 3.1, watch a short clip on why people work. So this video clip is to prepare the learner to take on the tasks and the activities for unit 3. That's to prepare them to understand unit 3 much better. So that's really what we mean by preparatory research. It could be a short video, it could be an audio, it could be an article that they read to prepare them. Then now you get into the planning for the various e-tivities in that course. So e-tivity 3.1 for this particular unit 3 in this course is individual interview to be done offline. And as you can notice here, the instructor then gives instructions on what the student should do to complete this e-tivity 3.1. And as I mentioned earlier, instructions are extremely important for a student who does an online course. So the online course designer must make sure that those instructions are extremely clear. So it says every student should identify 3 categories of workers and book an interview with them to find out the reasons why they work. And the categories are listed there. And at the end, students should write a summary of their findings and share with their friends on the discussion forum that will be created on the virtual learning environment. So those instructions must be clear. After e-tivity 3.1, the instructor added e-tivity 3.2, group discussion and summary. And for that e-tivity 3.2, the instructions are clearly given here. It says generate a discussion of the individual students' findings, presenting what your views are on the findings. Read the articles below to augment your arguments and the discussion. So the links to the articles that the students should read are given there. The instructor then proceeds to e-tivity 3.3, production. They want a 2-pager. So choose a group leader from amongst yourselves, summarize your discussion in a 2-page document. The 2-pager should be shared with your tutors by the end of the week. The 2-pager should include the contributions of everyone, and only those that have contributed to the discussion should have their names added to the 2-pager. Students should fill in the rubric and have it uploaded in the group folder by the end of the unit. So those are the instructions for e-tivity 3.3, clear instructions. Then you move on to the tutor intervention, as I explained in part 2A. For this unit 3, the tutor will intervene in your discussion of findings, and from time to time he may come in to post a contribution, critique, or a challenging question to spark the discussion. The tutor will also be following throughout your discussion, although sometimes will be quiet in the background to allow you set direction for your discussion. So that's how the tutor plans to intervene, and it's important that the student knows how the tutor will be coming in to support them in their learning. Then in the link with other units, this unit links to Unit 2 and Unit 4 of the course. The anticipated time required for Unit 3 is 10 to 20 hours. The deadlines for Unit 3 activities for e-tivity 3.1, the deadline is given there, 7 September 2018. For e-tivity 3.2, group summary, the deadline is 12 September. Now, these deadlines are important because it helps the students to work within the limits given, and it gives them some locus for work.